Before there were malls, before endless online wish lists and two-day deliveries, Christmas lived inside one store. Its name was Woolworths. Before we continue, please subscribe to our channel. For nearly a century, Woolworths wasn't just a shop, it was a season. The red glow of its window displays meant one thing: Christmas had arrived. It was where the magic began, where mothers found their wrapping paper, fathers their tinsel lights, and children their wildest dreams behind glass counters filled with toys, candy, and wonder. If you were a kid in the 1950s, the holidays didn't truly start until you saw Woolworths. It all started in 1879, when Frank Winfield Woolworth opened a small 5-and-dime store in Utica, New York. His dream was simple: to make everyday items affordable for everyone. But in time, that dream turned into something else entirely, a place where affordability met imagination. By the early 1900s, Woolworths wasn't just selling things, it was selling hope. And then came the ornaments, delicate glass globes imported from Germany. Woolworths was the first to bring them to America. By Christmas of 1881, he sold more than $25 worth of them in a single day, and a national tradition was born. The very idea of decorating a Christmas tree, shining, glittering, colorful, spread from living rooms in New York to small towns across the country. For children growing up in the 1930s and 40s, Woolworths wasn't a store. It was the North Pole, right on Main Street. The war had ended. America was rebuilding. Families wanted to believe again in comfort, in joy, in the magic of the holidays. And that S, when Woolworth S became more than ever America S, Christmas store. Parents would bundle up their kids, brush snow from their coats, and walk hand in hand to Woolworths. Inside, the air smelled like cinnamon, pine, and cocoa. The floors gleamed. The aisles sparkled with lights and laughter. At the soda fountain, a cup of hot chocolate cost 10 cents, topped with whipped cream and served with a smile. Children pressed their faces against the toy counters. Tin soldiers, dolls that blinked, trains that whistled as they looped the track. If you ask someone who was a child in the 50s what Christmas smelled like, they'll tell you pine needles, peppermint, and Woolworths. Bing Crosby crooned White Christmas from the loudspeakers. Santa waved from his red velvet chair. Mothers chose the Year S new ornaments, shimmering glass made in Woolworths' S own factories by then. Every light, every ribbon, every jingle, it all started there. Across the ocean, in Britain, the magic had crossed the sea. Woolies, as the British fondly called it, became the heart of every high street. In the UK, Woolworths Christmas wasn't just shopping, it was an event. Children spent their pocket money on shiny baubles and chocolate coins. Parents bought their records, wrapping paper, and the year's best toys. By the 1960s, Woolworths in both countries were at their peak. In America, Elvis Presley's Blue Christmas played through Woolworths record aisles. In Britain, Woolworths sold Beatles singles wrapped in red holiday sleeves. British families remember walking into Woolies to the sound of Slade S. Merry Christmas. Everybody, or Band-Aid, S, do they know it? S, Christmas. It was where Christmas met pop culture, where stars and stockings shared the same shelves. From New York to Newcastle, everyone shared the same moment, walking out of Woolworth S with a paper bag filled with dreams. Then came the catalogs, glossy, magical, and infinite. In the 1960s and 70s, the wish book arrived in mailboxes, like a ticket to another world. Children circled the toys they wanted in blue pen. Barbie dream houses, easy bake ovens, Lionel trains. But even with the catalogs in every home, people still went to Woolworths because no printed page could replace the feeling of standing under the lights, hearing the carols, and touching the magic with your own hands. People didn't go to Woolworths just to shop. They went to feel Christmas. But as the decades changed, so did the world. Shopping malls replaced Main Street. Big box stores replaced soda fountains. And the first hum of the internet began to whisper change. By the 1980s, the old Woolworths charm was fading. The store tried new formats, new slogans, but the era of 5-and-dime simplicity was over. The last Woolworths in the U.S. closed in 1997. And in the U.K., Woolies kept the spirit alive until 2009, when the final doors shut, leaving behind a silence that felt deeper than expected. When Woolworths closed, it wasn't just a store that disappeared. It was a chapter of our childhood. Ask anyone who was a child in the 1960s, 70s, or 80s. They'll tell you about their first Christmas toy, their first Woolworths bag, their first moment of wonder. And you'll see their eyes soften, because for a second, they're back there. Woolworths may be gone, but the magic it made never really left. It's there in every Christmas market stall, filled with ornaments, in every sparkling window display, in every parent whispering, Wait until Christmas morning, because Woolworths wasn't just a store. It was a feeling of community, of wonder, of believing. So this Christmas, when you hang that old ornament, or wrap a gift in red paper, or sip cocoa under twinkling lights, remember the store that started it all. The laughter, the window glow, the scent of pine and peppermint. Woolworths, America's Christmas store. And for a while, the world's too.